What's up, guys? Fighting Sloth here. Going to give you a rundown of the parts that I used to build this amazing PC. This PC is being dubbed the Ode to Macho. Macho created Starterfight Esports. He's a big inspiration to me, and I wanted to create something that shows my love for the team, Starterfight. It has a few other meanings as well, though. This PC is the first time I've built something that, I consider this PC a work of art. I've always cut edges, to be able to get down the price. This PC, I've gone all out. I've used incredible parts. I've done my research. And I've done that because this is an affirmation to my viewers, to my team Starterfight, that I'm here to stay. I'm taking things seriously, and we're going to do things right. I have to say, Macho did inspire me a bit with this. My regular viewers know we gave away an incredible PC, a golden PC, the Golden Kumquat. Went to an amazing streamer on Kick, Shady HD. Go check him out. Absolutely love that bloke. And, he's gaming on that beautiful PC every day. Macho likes to say a bit of his soul went into that PC. Well, a bit of my soul is definitely in this PC. All right, let's get to the parts. First things first, with an I've already built it, but you guys don't get to see it yet. Remember an X670E motherboard? We're going premium, but we're not being stupid. This was actually the cheapest X670E board I could find, but it was one of the only ones that has PCIe 5.0 for the NVMe drive and for the GPU slot, which isn't being used right now, but we're getting ready for the future. Like I said, I'm not going anywhere. So when PCIe 5.0 becomes the standard, if it does become the standard, we are going to be well equipped with this. One thing to say about this was, I don't have the packet here because I threw the box out, but with this motherboard, we're moving up to DDR5. So I did my research. I made sure I brought, AMD Expo ready memory kits, Expo tested at 6,000 megahertz. Well, we've got the early adopter issue. I cannot run that DDR5 on anything over 3600 megahertz. So at the very least, we have, some decent DDR4 speeds in the PC. I'm hoping that MSI, I believe it's on the motherboard manufacturer, to get something out to fix that. So I'm hoping with some BIOS updates, we're going to be able to actually utilize that DDR5. But for the moment, we're running 3600 megahertz DDR5 in the X670E. I gave away a little secret by saying Expo. Guys, this is the first time I've ever used an AMD processor. I've been Team Intel, the very first PC I ever brought, which was, I think it had a 6700K. I've been Intel ever since. Intel's never let me down. I advise people to buy Intel. I think the 13600K is a great processor. That's the last processor I used. But AMD has won me over with the 3D processor series. If you don't know about these, they have a modified cache. That's what it says here, AMD 3D V cache. Basically, for video games, they like this cache. So this will still hold neck and neck with Intel's most premium processor a generation later. These 3D processors, for whatever reason, that extra cache, games love it. So the game performance was just unbeatable, and it was enough to get me over to AMD. So I've been running it. Everything's been going great. Temperatures are good. Game's running smoothly. So far, happy with my choice to go with AMD. Now, every build has its headaches. This power supply was my build's headache. I went with Kolink because, as you'll see, this is a Starterfight dedicated PC. You see the orange and black? That's the theme of the PC. And I wanted to get the braided cables, which come from Kolink, that are orange. In the end, you can actually only see one cable, so it was a bit of a waste of money. But anyway, I went with the Kolink. I've always gone with Silverstone PSUs. I went with Kolink. Guys, I put the whole PC together. The entire thing. I did the power supply last. I get to the end. If you're not from Australia, this cable does not fit in Australian walls. So it came with a European plug. Normally that would be okay. I would go grab a different power supply. This was my first time working with ATX 3.0. And I noticed that the voltages on it are 16A 250 volt, which doesn't match up with the other cables I have. Looked like it was going to be a nightmare. PC case gear, we're going to mail me out a replacement cable. Luckily though, I will give them credit. Through customer support, we did establish that it would be totally safe for me to use a regular PSU cable. So we did get it up and running, but it was a headache and a bit of a heart attack. And I really didn't want to mess anything up with the power supply. So anyway, we've got the Kolink 850 watt. Now we've got the Australian cable in there. Everything's running fine. So I can still recommend it. Just make sure they give you the right cable. The liquid cooler is the first time I've ever used a liquid cooler. This was a big decision for me. I almost pulled the trigger on, using an air cooler. They can get pretty good performance. But at the end of the day, this PC is about making a statement. This AIO makes a statement visually and performance-wise. All the research I did says these Galahad 2 Lian-Li AIOs are class leading. On top of that, they look beautiful. So I did do my first ever water cool build. It was a learning experience, but we got it in the end. The only issue, I wasn't able to fully mount the heat sink on my first attempt, but temperatures have been great, so it doesn't seem to have affected the thermal paste. So we should be all good there. I'll probably just get some Thermal Grizzly Cryonaut and reseat it in the future. But yeah, nothing bad to say about this. Beautiful. I mean, it really makes the build pop, which you guys are going to see in a minute. If you want to just get to that, you can fast forward all this boring part stuff. But yeah, overall, very happy. Temperatures are amazing. Very noisy initially, but I adjusted the fan curves. Now it's running beautifully. So can recommend this part for sure. As you'll see, if you do your research on water coolers, these are very highly sought. So I give a +1 to that. Now we get to the crown jewel. Like I said, we weren't holding back on this build. This build's about me being here, me being dedicated, and games are going to be running great because we have an Asus ProArt 4080. So this is the first time I've ever had a high-end GPU. Up to this point, it stopped at 3070s for me. But this bad boy, it's beautiful. One of the things I like about this Asus ProArt, it's actually understated. So, like I said, there was a theme to this build. Oh, one more thing. We used the Fractal Design Pop Art computer case. The box is too big. It's already in the bin. Don't worry about that. We use that because it has the orange and black theme. So the case is beautiful. You're going to see that in a minute. Outside of anything being black, I didn't want to use too much RGB or like visuals on parts that couldn't be made orange. So we're going with black. The X670E Tomahawk, all black. This ProArt card is very minimalist. If you're looking at other 4080s, they're covered in RGB. This is all black, no RGB. Beautiful design, just a bit of gold lettering, and I think it looks beautiful. You guys let me know what you think. Enjoy the build. I had fun making it. Obviously, there was a few hiccups, but we got there in the end. Follow Team Starter Fight on Twitter. They support me. Follow me on kick.com/fightingsloth. I'll see you guys there and enjoy the build.